people have had their eyes and ears on you kind of like upon your arrival in New York City. I know it's not a Cinderella story, but as a young person, what kind of advice do you give younger musicians who want to come to New York? Because like you said, the dream is to come to New York and live this life as a musician. What advice would you give younger people who have that dream, and now that you've lived it and really know what it's about, what would you say in terms of breaking into this music? And I guess it's a two-part question. Coming to New York and then being a part of the music scene and growing as a musician.
I would say that is one of the best experiences that I had in life, and especially coming from a little country like Italy. Just that is so sometimes it's so antique, you know. Seems that when I got here, you know, just the way the people think and the culture and how open people are with everything, you know, it's really amazing. So that
especially in New York.
Especially in New York, yeah, not in all America.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
but especially in New York, you know, that changed me a lot because I was more close-minded when I was back in Italy, and I think helps you as a person, helps you as a musician. It's a great thing to do. If anybody wants to do it, should do it. Just need the strength to say.
And you need the strength, and you need you need financial fortitude, or at least a plan.
A plan, yeah. I didn't have really a plan, you know, but
at least one is in the head.
When I got here, I got my first the first apartment. I lived with with a Japanese girl, and I paid $400 every month.
Yeah.
Back in 2009, so that was easy.
Yes,
but now now it's a little different. So you have to have a little. Save a little money and come here, but it's worth to try, you know, especially if you want to be a jazz musician.
No, it's always, you know, when you travel around the world and everybody wants to come to New York, and musicians, they want to know, you know, can I call you when I get to New York? And some have, and but I always say you have to come with a plan. You have to know, like, you know, and maybe have a 6-month plan as to what you want to do, but it's also a good thing to have someone like Barry Harris and you know, you know, as your little backup for somebody whose name I can, you know, say that I've worked with as an entree to the New York scene. Because do you find the New York scene as a foreigner coming to New York? Did you find it difficult to break into? You know, the cats embrace you because you can play.
Yeah, well, I think even if you're just, you know, they treat everybody in the same way. You know, it's so great to just be a musician and come to New York, and you meet so many great people, and everybody welcomes you and they want to be your friend. You know, and not everybody, but you know.
Yeah, well.
You
need those people in your life too.
Yeah, sure.
You need to know how to learn how to weed them out, and you know, they all help for the bigger, bigger picture. Yeah, you know, so good.
Just say do it. Just if you want to do it, do it.
Yeah, well, that's what I say too. But you know, I'm a little older, and it's like, do it, but you know, but have padding, because I've seen so many younger people come to New York with a dream and an idea, but in New York you can get so sucked into the glitz and the glamour, and you know, it's like, and if you come from a small town, suddenly, you know, you're in a 24-hour city, and music, and it's just like a dream come true. But I've also seen people come and within 2-3 months, you don't hear from them anymore.
But you know, for me it was I always traveled. You know, since I'm 7-8 years old, me and my brother, we used to go play in Paris, go play in Spain, and so we saw a lot. We were gypsies. You know, we moved from one place to another one. My parents loved to travel, so we would go because they didn't want us to be close-minded, because our own town is really close. Everybody's so close-minded, so they're like, we don't want our kids to grow up in that way.
Now, do you go back to that town?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And do people ask you all these questions about New York?
Oh yeah. It's like, aren't you scared to be in that city? No, that's the greatest city ever. But people, you know, there is one thing that I miss. is the genuinity. How do you say
Genuine.
Yeah,
Like
how people are genuine.
Genuine, yes.
And last time I was in Italy, there, I live in outside the small city, in a farm. I grew up in a little farm, and it's so beautiful to see how people are different, because the next door neighbor, every day she comes to my mom and she brings 20 eggs. Just because she has too many eggs,
right.
And everybody's a community,
Right.
and here I never seen that,
No, someone knock on your door with eggs. You think, okay, what do they want? What are they trying to take from me? And what's with these eggs?
Or just sometimes they give you they just want to come and see how you're doing, and they never ask you. It's a different world. It's like going back 500 years. Every time I go there, and it's beautiful. The landscape is beautiful. I still have my grandmother.
Oh, that's beautiful.
She makes olive oil, and she makes wine.
Nice.
She makes bread and pizza, pasta, everything.
I might be stopping by one day and watching.
Oh yeah, please.